Welcome everybody to our first episode of Coalitions Getting Coffee during COVID. We wanted to create something just light for you guys to enjoy and get to know members of our coalition. Our first member we have today has been a longtime member. His name is Bobby Mangham, and he is with the STAR program with Community Healthcore. Hey Bobby, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good, keeping it together during this pandemic, like we
Very
all
weird.
are.
Yeah, usually you'd see me in my office, and since we have to work from home, here I am.
Doesn't look too bad. Looks serene.
It's not bad. It has its advantages. I'm not as productive at home as I am at the office sometimes, but it is much more relaxing at home.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad you have a place you can be relaxed. So tell me about the STAR program.
Well, the STAR program has been in existence for about 37 years. It was created in 1983, and Community Healthcore has had that grant since its inception. Basically what we do is we work with kids and families and try to keep kids out of trouble and help families get along with each other. We're a division of Texas Prevention and Early Intervention, so what we want to do is prevent things like family conflict, runaway, truancy, delinquent behavior, child abuse and neglect, and try to help families just deal with whatever crisis they're dealing with by providing them skills training at no cost at their schedule. So we work with them, and usually we go to them and see them at the homes and at the schools. Obviously right now we're not doing that, but we are seeing our families by video conference like this and talking to them by phone on a regular basis. So we want to make sure that we're still providing those services to them, even though we can't see them face to face right now. But the good thing about the STAR program is there's one in every county of the state of Texas. So if there's a STAR program in your area, or if you're having problems, issues at home, or just need some help, there's a STAR program there.
Awesome. So how do people qualify for those services?
Well, anybody can be in the STAR program, basically. Kids ages 0 to 17 who are willing to work the program and their families are eligible, as long as they live in the state of Texas. We have some counties that border the state, so if they live on the other side, like in Texarkana, Arkansas, we can't work with them. So they have to be in the state, 0 to 17, and just like I said, really willing to work the program. If they want help, we want to help them.
All right. That sounds awesome. I'm really glad that those services are available for people in our communities. So we also wanted to mix some fun into this. So the fun question I have for you is, we'll start off with, tell me a fun, non-political, but still controversial opinion that you have. For example, mine is, I love musicals, and I think that a musical number is one of the best ways to convey emotion. People think I'm crazy when I say that sometimes. How about you?
That's kind of a hard question. I'm a big baseball fan, and there's been a lot of changes in baseball over the last few years, so I'm not a fan of the pitching clock. So pitchers have so much time to deliver the ball back to the mound. I'm not a big fan of the mound visit limits. I'm kind of a baseball purist. I like the way it was in the old days. And I know there's a lot of technology coming, and I'm totally fine with some of it. Like sometimes you've got to have instant replay. But I think technology has a opportunity to change the game too much for what I like. I like the fact that it's a slower game and it's a thinking game.
Yeah, I would think if you have a clock on the pitcher, that's like additional pressure that could mess him up, I would think.
Well, what they want to do is just speed up the game to attract more fans. So, but baseball's not for everyone, so I'm okay with that.
Well, you're a purist, so there's not very many purists left these days, sounds like. So let's talk about the coalition. You have been on the coalition since the inception, I think, 2014.
I think so.
But that was about whenever I started this job, so we've seen each other for a long time. What do you like about being on a substance abuse coalition, and how does that help you with your own work?
Well, I like the fact that it gives us the opportunity to interact with other agencies that have the same like-minded goals and missions that we do. Wanting to help kids, wanting to help families deal with whatever situation they're dealing with. For you guys, it's usually substance abuse issues, and you give the kids a chance to. I think one of the good things about the coalition, it gives the kids ammunition, so to speak, to make good choices. It gives them the support that they need. It gives them a network of other kids who are going to hopefully make the same decisions that they are and can support each other. But I like the fact that we're out there helping kids. We're out there helping families, and like I said, it gives us a chance to network with other agencies and programs that are trying to do the exact same thing we are, just make life better for our families in East Texas.
Yeah. This has been a while now, but one of the favorite things that we did was actually gave you guys packets to give to families that you saw with information about just talking to your kids about substances, because we know that's so important. And I thought that was a really awesome way that we were able to work together.
Yeah.
So I know that this pandemic has been a really heavy burden for a lot of families and just people across the country. Do you think there's any silver lining to this? Do you think there are ways that we'll come back better and stronger from this?
Well, I think just in general, I think any challenge or any crisis that comes up gives you an opportunity for change and gives you an opportunity to be stronger and better. And I think that we can take a lot of lessons from this to help us deal with crisis like it in the future. I also think the need to expand the technology that we have and to use it more often, I think will also help us deliver services to people in a much better and more efficient way, and hopefully more frequently in the future. So once we get through all this craziness and can get back to some form of normalcy, I think we should be able to take some of the lessons we've learned on how to deliver services and continue to do that. And face-to-face is always best because it gives you that rapport, but I think that's not always going to be an option. And I think that we can take a lot of lessons in the way that we've had to do things now and do them better in the future.
Yeah, that makes me think of so with your agency, you meet with families, but maybe if there's families who have a transportation barrier, coming out of this and learning how to do all this remote communication, like you were saying, that might be a good thing that we didn't foresee coming out of this. That's
yeah,
awesome.
and one thing that I've noticed is that we go to the families and see them in the homes. So hopefully we can eliminate a lot of travel issues with that. But at the same time, I've found that people are usually a little more available to do a Zoom call or a Blue Jeans call or a FaceTime than they are to schedule an appointment for somebody to meet face-to-face. So, for instance, we had a meeting this morning, and usually there's about, 8 to a dozen people that come to the meeting in person. And when I sent out the message to say, hey, we're going to have a video conference call today, we had like 24 people that said that they could attend. So I think the video stuff is going to give us an opportunity to be a little more available, especially when, like for us, if we don't have to travel somewhere, we have more time to provide services because we're not traveling. So
That's right. Yeah, that travel time can sometimes be a barrier too. All right. So what are you looking forward to most whenever life finally returns to normal? I think I might know the answer, but I want to hear what you have to say.
Hopefully going to a baseball game.
Yeah.
Getting out and doing things with friends, going to a movie or something. Like I said, I'd really like to go to a baseball game. That was, we have a new stadium in Arlington for the Rangers, and it would be really nice to be able to go to a game in July and not die of heat.
Yeah. Yeah. So, have you been to the new stadium yet?
No, I haven't played a game there yet. No game changer.
See, musicals are more my cup of tea, so I didn't even know they hadn't opened it yet. So, but I do hope you get to go out there soon. All right, so let's talk about coffee. This is Coalition's Getting Coffee. So tell me about what you drink, and it looks like you have a unique mug there.
I do. So I was thinking about this. Usually, if I'm in the office, I have a bunch of different kind of insulated mugs, the big tall ones, the big 30-ounce ones, Yetis and Arctics and off-brands, and they've all got logos and Rangers and A&M stuff on them, cowboy stuff. So usually when I'm in the office, that's what I'm drinking, but or using. Since I've been here at home, I've got a lot more opportunity to drink out of coffee mugs. I think you saw one the other day from Community.
Yeah.
I've got Office one. I've got one from Stranger Things, one from colleges. This one here was a gift from one of my former caseworkers. She's originally from Malawi, and she brought everybody back souvenirs and stuff. And so this is a handmade coffee mug from Malawi, Africa.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's a really cool little cup.
Cool.
And I drink coffee. I love coffee, so I'll drink it hot, or I'll make my own cold brew and drink it on ice. So
Do you drink it black?
I drink it black, or I drink it with cream and sweetener. Yeah.
I wish I could drink it black. I'm working on it because I know there's a lot of calories in all that creamer and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But this is one of my favorite mugs. Got my Wonder Woman right here.
Nice.
It's one of my faves. And I was thinking about it. I am a big Google nerd. So I have a Keurig, and I Googled like what coffee has the most caffeine you can do in a Keurig. So that's what I drink, whatever has the most caffeine to get me through the morning.
Nice. Yeah. Cold brew has a lot of caffeine in it too. So
I'll have to try that. That's all the questions that I had. Was there anything else that you wanted to add about the resources with the STAR program or anything like that?
Sure. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/CHC STAR program. Or you can find our state website, which has a ton of amazing resources for parents and kids. And that website is helpandhope.org. Also, we've been known as the STAR program for probably over 20, 25 years. And come September, we will no longer be known as STAR. We'll be known as the Family and Youth Success Program. We're going to be the same program with the same people providing the same services, just a different name. The state of Texas loves the acronym STAR, so there's a lot of STAR programs and resources out there with that acronym. So we're just going to try to differentiate ourselves a little bit and be the same program just with a different name.
Okay. I like that new name. I feel like that will be a lot more clear for people, and that will be good. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thanks so much for being the first guinea pig on our first episode of Coalition's Getting Coffee. And I hope you have a great day. Enjoy that nice patio.
Thanks, Rebecca. You have a good one.
You
Bye,
too.
everyone.
Bye.